Magandang buhay mga bata! Tara, samahan ninyo akong matuto kasama si
Teacher Aika, your online teacher. Please don't forget to subscribe, like, share, and hit the notification bell for more videos. Thank you! Revised K-12 Curriculum, Science, Grade 5, Quarter 2, Lesson 1. Our topic for this week is about digestive system. This is Teacher Aika, your online teacher. Let's start! Learning competencies and objectives. The learners identify from pictures and label diagrams the parts of the digestive system as mouth, gullet, stomach, small intestine, and large intestine, and describe how they work. The learners will be able to first, identify the parts of the digestive system in pictures and label diagrams. Second, describe the functions of each part of the digestive system. Third, trace the path of food through the parts of the digestive system. And fourth, create a model or presentation that demonstrates the journey of food through the digestive system. Day 1. Let's have a short review. 2 truths and a lie. Identify the 2 truths and 1 lie about digestive system. Number 1. Food enters the body through the mouth. Answer: truth. Number 2. The chewed food travels down a muscular tube called the esophagus. Answer: truth. Number 3. The large intestine stores and breaks down food with stomach acid. Answer: lie. Let's discuss. Let's talk about number 3. The large intestine stores and breaks down food with stomach acid. This is a lie. The purpose of the large intestine is to absorb water and salts from the material that has not been digested as food and get rid of any waste products left over. By the time food mixed with digestive juices reaches your large intestine, most digestion and absorption has already taken place. Next, number 1. Esophagus connects the mouth to the stomach. Answer: truth. Number 2. Large intestine is the largest organ in the digestive system. Answer: lie. Number 3. Waste products leave the body through the anus. Answer: truth. Let's talk about number 2. Large intestine is the largest organ in the digestive system. Answer: lie. The liver is the largest organ in the digestive system, while the intestines are longest. Lesson purpose: today, we'll explore this fascinating journey and discover what happens to the food you eat to give you energy. Believe it or not, there's a whole amazing factory inside you called the digestive system that takes care of your food. Let's answer the following questions. Have you eaten already, class? Yes, I have eaten already. I had rice and eggs for breakfast. Have you ever wondered what happened to the food you have eaten? Yes, I have wondered about it before. I sometimes think about where the food goes after I swallow it. Where do you think that food goes after you swallow it? I think the food goes down my throat, then it goes to my stomach. In my stomach, it gets mashed up and turned into tiny pieces. Does the food just disappear? Or does it go on a secret adventure inside your body? I don't think it disappears. I believe it goes on a secret adventure inside my body. It travels through my stomach and intestines, and my body takes the good things like vitamins and minerals or nutrients. The waste parts come out when I go to the bathroom, so the food helps my body before it leaves. Unlocking content area vocabulary. Match the new terms given in column A with the meaning given in column B. Number 1, ingestion. Answer D. The taking in of food through the mouth. Number 2, propulsion. Answer E. The movement of food throughout the alimentary canal. Number 3, digestion. Answer B. The breakdown of food. Number 4, absorption. Answer A. The taking in of nutrients from the digested food into the cells of the body. Number 5, defecation. Answer the excretion or release of waste materials that are not absorbed by the body. Subtopic number 1, parts of the digestive system. Activity number 1, gallery walk. Explore the amazing digestive system. Visit each station and answer the questions about the different organs. Use the pictures and your prior knowledge to jot down your ideas. Station 1, mouth. What happens to food in the mouth? How does this prepare food for the next step in digestion? In the mouth, the teeth chew the food into small pieces. Saliva mixes with the food to make it soft and wet. This helps make it easier to swallow and starts breaking it down so the stomach can finish the job later. Station 2, esophagus. This tube doesn't look like much, but it has an important job. What do you think the esophagus does with the food from the mouth? The esophagus is like a slide or a tunnel. It carries the food from the mouth down to the stomach. It squeezes the food down in a wave motion so the food doesn't get stuck. Station 3, stomach. This muscular sac churns and mixes food. What do you think does the stomach adds to the food to help break it down further? The stomach is like a mixer. It churns the food and mixes it with stomach acid and juices. These help break the food into smaller pieces so that the body can get the good nutrients out later. Station 4, small intestine. Look closely. This long, winding tube is where most of the magic happens. What do you think gets absorbed here in the small intestine from the food mixture? In the small intestine, the tiny pieces of food get broken down even more. The good things like nutrients, vitamins, and energy get absorbed here and go into the blood to help the body grow and have energy. Station 5, large intestine. Water is absorbed here. But what happens to the leftover materials from the food in the large intestine? In the large intestine, water gets absorbed back into the body. The parts of the food that can't be used turn into waste. This waste stays there until it leaves the body when we go to the bathroom. After visiting all the stations, take a moment to think about the digestive system as a whole. How do the different organs of the digestive system work together? Mouth. The mouth is where it all starts. The teeth chew the food into small pieces, and the saliva make it soft and easy to swallow. Esophagus. The esophagus is like a slide that carries the chewed food from the mouth to the stomach. It pushes the food down safely. Stomach. The stomach is like a mixer. It churns the food and mixes it with stomach acid and juices to break it into even smaller parts. Clarification and explanation. If we lined up all these organs in the order food travels through them, what would the sequence be? Answer: mouth, esophagus, stomach, small intestine, and large intestine. Imagine food is on a journey through your body. Can you describe the different stages it goes through based on what you learned at the stations? Answer: first, the food goes into my mouth where my teeth chew it and my saliva makes it soft. Next, it goes down the esophagus, which pushes it to my stomach. In the stomach, the food gets mixed and broken down more with acid and juices. Then, it goes to the small intestine, where the good parts like vitamins and nutrients get absorbed into my blood. Finally, it goes to the large intestine, where water is taken out and the leftover waste comes out when I go to the bathroom. Why do you think it's important for each of these organs to do its specific job? What would happen if one of them wasn't working properly? Answer: it's important because each organ has a special job that helps my body get energy and stay healthy. If one part didn't work, like if the stomach didn't mix food right, the food wouldn't break down well and my body wouldn't get enough nutrients. If the large intestine didn't work, my body might lose too much water or the waste wouldn't come out. So every organ has to do its job to keep me healthy. Day 2. Activity number 2, digesting like a pro, simulating digestion. Materials needed: Ziploc bags or resealable containers or small bowls or cups. Crackers, baking soda, warm water, paper towels. Activity number 2, digesting like a pro, simulating digestion. Instructions: Number 1, your teacher will provide your group with a Ziploc bag, some crackers, and a small amount of modeling clay. Mold the clay into a small ball to represent a bite of food. Number 2, put the crackers and the modeling clay inside the Ziploc bag. The Ziploc bag will represent the stomach. Then, squish them up inside the bag. Number 3, add a teaspoon of baking soda and a small amount of warm water to the bag with the crushed crackers. Number 4, seal the bag securely and gently massage the bag for a few minutes. Number 5, prepare a second Ziploc bag with a small amount of warm water in it. This represents the small intestine where nutrients are absorbed into the bloodstream. Carefully pour the contents from the first bag, representing stomach contents, into the second bag with water. Number 6, seal the second bag and massage it gently. Number 7, open the second bag representing the small intestine and pour out most of the liquid contents, representing absorbed nutrients. Number 8, a small amount of solid material may remain in the bag, representing waste products. Answer the questions below. Number 1, what did the crackers in the bag represent in our activity? Answer, the crackers represented the food we eat. Breaking them in the bag is like how our teeth chew the food into smaller pieces in the mouth. It shows how chewing helps make the food easier to swallow and digest. Number 2, what do you think the baking soda represents in this activity? Why do you think our bodies need stomach acid to help digest food? Answer, the baking soda represents the stomach acid. Our bodies need stomach acid because it helps break down big, complex food pieces into smaller molecules so our bodies can use them. It helps break down proteins and kills germs too. Number 3, in the activity, we used separate bags for the stomach and small intestine. In reality, these organs are connected. How do you think food actually moves from the stomach to the small intestine? Answer, in real life, the food moves from the stomach to the small intestine through a tube. The stomach muscles squeeze and push the food into the small intestine using muscular contractions called peristalsis. It's like gentle squeezing waves that push the food along. Number 4, after we poured out some of the water from the second bag, what did it represent? How do you think nutrients from food get into our bloodstream? Answer, the water we poured out represents the nutrients and vitamins that our body takes from the food. In our body, these nutrients pass through the walls of the small intestine and go into the bloodstream. Tiny finger-like parts called villi or villi help absorb the nutrients. Number 5, what did the leftover solid material in the bag represent? Where do you think these undigested materials go after leaving the small intestine? Answer, the leftover solid stuff is the waste that the body doesn't need. After leaving the small intestine, this waste goes into the large intestine. The large intestine takes out extra water and then the waste leaves our body when we poop through the rectum and anus. Number 6, we focused on the organs directly involved in the food pathway. Are there any other organs that help with digestion? What do you think these organs contribute to the digestive process? Answer: yes. There are other organs called accessory organs. The liver makes bile that helps break down fats. The gallbladder stores the bile until the body needs it. The pancreas makes juices that help break down carbohydrates, proteins, and fats. These organs don't touch the food, but they help by adding special juices and chemicals that make digestion easier. Worked example encouraging deeper understanding. Number 1. Think about the food you eat. How might the size and texture of food affect how easily it's broken down in your digestive system? Answer: if the food is soft and cut into small pieces, it's easier for mouth and stomach to break it down. But if the food is big or hard, it takes longer to chew and digest. So chewing well and eating smaller bites helps my body break it down faster. Number 2, we used warm water in the small intestine. Why do you think it's important to stay hydrated for proper digestion? Focus on dissolving nutrients. Answer: staying hydrated is important because water helps dissolve the nutrients in food so they can be absorbed into the blood. Water also helps move the food through the intestines and keeps the waste soft, so it can leave the body easily. Number 3. Imagine we didn't chew our food properly before swallowing. How might this affect the digestive process in our simulation and in our bodies? Answer: if we don't chew well, the food pieces stay too big. In the simulation, it would be harder to squish them in the bag. In our bodies, the stomach would have to work harder to break the food down, and the small intestine might not get all the nutrients out. It could also make our stomach hurt. Number 4. Can you think of any other ways our bodies might help break down food besides chewing and stomach acid? Answer: yes, our bodies use enzymes too. The pancreas makes special juices with enzymes that help break down fats, proteins, and carbohydrates into smaller parts so our body can use them. So enzymes are like tiny helpers that break food into super small pieces. Now, let us talk about the functions of the digestive system. Mouth prepares the food for digestion. Has salivary glands that produces saliva which lubricates the food and softens it. Mechanical digestion and chemical digestion start here. Mechanical digestion takes place with the help of the teeth and tongue. The teeth cut the food into smaller pieces, while the tongue helps you chew and swallow the food. Chemical digestion takes place with the help of an enzyme called amylase that chemically breaks down the starch in the food eaten. Esophagus, a tube that carries food from the mouth to the stomach. The food that has been chewed and mixed in the mouth becomes a soft, mashed mass called bolus. The bolus passes into the esophagus down to the stomach through muscle contraction called peristalsis. Stomach, a muscular J-shaped organ found on the left side of the abdominal cavity, mixes and churns food with gastric juices to form chyme, semi-fluid, partly digested substance. Begins chemical breakdown of proteins found in the food we eat through pepsin or enzyme. releases food into the duodenum, or the first part of the small intestine, absorbs some fat-soluble substances, for example, alcohol or aspirin. Small intestine, a narrow winding tube where food is mixed with digestive juices. Final digestion and absorption of food happens here. Has numerous small projections and folds called villi, and very small ones called microvilli, made up of three regions: duodenum, jejunum, and ileum. Absorbs breakdown products of carbohydrates, proteins, lipids, and nucleic acids, along with vitamins, minerals, and water. Performs physical digestion via segmentation. Accessory organs. First is liver, produces bile which breaks down fat. Gallbladder, a pea-shaped sac under the liver which stores bile. Pancreas, a fish-shaped organ behind the stomach which produces pancreatic juice that helps break down fats, proteins, and starch. Large intestine, a wider tube where undigested food or food waste passes. Absorbs water from the food waste, making it a more solid form called feces. Propels feces toward rectum. Rectum receives stool from the colon. Stores the stool until it is eliminated through the anus. Anus, the opening at the end of the alimentary canal, through which solid waste matter leaves the body. Day 3. Lesson activity number 3, tracking the journey of food in the digestive system. A. Tracing the path of food. Follow the journey of a bite of your favorite food as it travels through the digestive system. Write down the order of events that happens during the digestion of the food. Indicate all the structures that are involved. This is an example answer. Favorite food? Pizza. Event 1, I take a bite of pizza and chew it in my mouth. My teeth break it into small pieces and my saliva makes it soft and starts breaking it down. Event number 2, I swallow the pizza. It goes down my esophagus, which pushes it down to my stomach like a slide. Event number 3, the pizza reaches my stomach, where it gets mixed and churned with stomach acid and juices to break it into smaller pieces. Event 4, the mushy pizza goes into my small intestine. Here, juices from the pancreas and liver help break it down more. The small intestine absorbs all the good nutrients into my blood. Event number 5, the leftover parts go to my large intestine. The large intestine takes out extra water and forms waste. Finally, the waste leaves my body through the rectum and anus when I go to the bathroom. B. Digestive system labeling activity. Study the diagram of the digestive system below. Identify each organ by writing its correct name in the box. Let's answer. Mouth, liver, stomach, large intestine, pancreas, rectum, small intestine, anus. C. Diagnosing stomach pain mystery. Mia is at a birthday party and excitedly grabs a handful of birthday cake. She quickly munches on the cake without properly chewing it, eager to join the games with her friends. Shortly after, Mia starts to feel a dull ache in her stomach and has less energy to play. What do you think is happening to Mia's body? Use your knowledge of the digestive system to explain how chewing her food properly might have helped avoid her discomfort. Answer: Mia is feeling a stomach ache because she didn't chew her birthday cake properly. When we don't chew our food well, the pieces are too big for the stomach to break down easily. The stomach has to work much harder to churn and mix the big chunks, and it takes longer to digest the food. This can cause a stomach ache and make her feel tired because her body is busy trying to break the food down instead of giving her energy to play. If Mia had chewed her cake well, her teeth and saliva would have broken it into smaller, softer pieces. This would help her stomach and small intestine digest the food faster and get the nutrients and sugar for energy. So, chewing properly helps avoid stomach pain and keeps us feeling good for playing and having fun. Day 4. Lesson activity number 4, creating a 3D model of digestive system. Materials needed: physical model creation, pictures of the parts of the digestive system, cardboard boxes, different sizes for various organs, construction paper or fabric scraps for organ linings, modeling dough, clay or Play-Doh for shaping organs, recycled materials like bottles, cans, egg cartons. Get creative. Markers, crayons, paints, or other art supplies for labeling and decoration. And last, pipe cleaners, yarn or string for connecting organs. Digital presentation creation, presentation software, Google Slides, or Microsoft PowerPoint. Tablets or computers with internet access for researching visuals and information. And drawing apps for creating visuals if presentation software doesn't have them. Instructions. As a group, come up with a plan or design on how you will create a model or presentation to demonstrate the journey of food through the digestive system. Be sure that each group member contributes to the completion of the task either as planner, designer, IT expert, researcher, etc. Learners' takeaways. I learned, I wonder, I still want to know chart. Example answer. I learned that the digestive system breaks down food so my body can use the nutrients. I learned that the mouth, esophagus, stomach, small intestine, and large intestine all work together like a team. I wonder how long it really takes for food to travel all the way through my body. And I still want to know. I still want to know how the liver and pancreas really help with digestion and what happens if they stop working. Reflection on learning. Digestive health habits checklist. Number 1. Do I take the time to chew my food thoroughly before swallowing? Number 2. Do I include plenty of fruits and vegetables in my daily diet? Number 3. Do I choose whole grains and fiber-rich foods regularly? 4. Do I drink enough water throughout the day? Aim for 8 glasses? Number 5, do I generally feel good after eating, or do I experience frequent discomfort like bloating, gas, or constipation? Formative assessment. Matching type. Number 1, the muscular tube that connects the mouth to the stomach. Answer E. Esophagus. Number 2, a long winding tube where most nutrient absorption happens. Answer A. Small intestine. Number 3, absorbs water from the food waste, turning it into feces. Answer B. Large intestine. Number 4, a muscular sac that churns and breaks down food with digestive juices. Answer D. Stomach. Number 5, it is where food enters the body and is mechanically broken down by teeth. Answer C. Mouth. B. The following statements are the processes of digestion and absorption in the body. Number each of the steps according to the sequence it occurs. Let's answer. 1. Food is broken into small pieces, mechanically and chemically. 2. Food is liquefied and digested into forms that cells can absorb. 3. Nutrients pass through the intestinal wall into the bloodstream. 4. Water is absorbed back into the bloodstream. 5. Waste products are removed from the body through the anus.
And that wraps up today's lesson. If you enjoyed this video and want to see more content like this, don't forget to hit the subscribe button and ring the bell so you never miss an update. Thanks for tuning in.